I was talking to someone over there and he was on about all these pillars, how long it must have taken back in there, because all banks are the same as town hall there.
Pound Empire gone. This is an absolute monster of a chimney, look at this! Welcome to Bolton, and to the 4th episode in my series, The Death of the High Street. Now I always ask for recommendations of places to check out, and Bolton has got to be the one that I get recommended the most in the comments section. I was in Stoke-on-Trent for my last video, and I ended up stumbling across some of that ace industrial history with those chimneys. And then I got a comment the other day on that video saying, you need to come to Bolton, we've got boarded up shops and chimneys, my two favourite things, so let's go explore. And you can't mention chimneys and Bolton as well without talking about Fred Dibnah. Now, if you don't know who Fred Dibnah is, after this video, just YouTube his name and watch some of his videos. So he was a steeplejack, someone who repaired and surveyed tall structures like chimneys, churches, buildings. I kind of think that craft's gone now. But yeah, back in the day before health and safety and high vis, the footage of him just scaling chimneys hundreds of meters tall and demolishing them, it's so good. So hopefully we'll come across some more of the history of Fred Dibnah as well in Bolton. And already over here, the first one, the first boarded up shop, doesn't take long. So Bolton is a town. It's not a city, it's a town. It's one of the biggest towns in the United Kingdom. And that growth came from the Industrial Revolution. Back in 1779, a local called Samuel Crompton invented something called the spinning mule, which essentially allowed one person to control up to thousands of spindles, I think, which basically meant that you could produce cotton and thread en masse, high quality as well, really quickly. So that spurred on the growth of this town and gave it so much wealth, and you can see it already. All these grand old buildings I'm coming across, the architecture's amazing. Yeah, you just know all these grand buildings came from the wealth from those industries. I read somewhere that I think there's 100 listed buildings in Bolton city centre alone. So the population in the 1770s in Bolton was about 5,000. And then after all that rapid growth of industry and wealth, in 1850 it had risen to 168,000, which is just a massive, quick growth. So alongside the cotton industry here, there was the paper mills, there was the bleaching mills, there was the coal industry, which was massive here as well for a while. You had the arrival of the railways, and then the electric trams, and then buses. It was in the 1920s though that the cotton industry started to decline here. And then after a brief surge after World War II, it kind of just went down and down and down. And then the mines started to close as well. All the mines were pretty much shut in the 1960s here. I think a few remained on the outskirts to the 1990s, but not many at all. And then yeah, by the end of the 20th century, pretty much all that industry had just vanished from Bolton. So let's see what's left in 2023. What can we find? Okay, so we've made it to like a pedestrianised high street bit in the centre. What we got? So yeah, on this bit here, there's actually not too many boarded up here at all, or there's a couple for let, but there's none that are really boarded up here. Bookies, Holland and Barrett, another Bookies there. Cash generator. Let's have a little look at this Newport Arcade. See what's down here. Yeah, there's literally nothing open in this arcade bit, but apart from that, the high street here looks fine. I say fine, there's a lot of pawnbrokers. Another pawnbrokers there. Yeah, it's never great when the main stuff is pawnbrokers, bookies on your high street, but not much boarded up to be fair. Maybe you've been sold on a lie. I've not seen any chimneys yet, and I've not seen that many boarded up stuff or shut down stuff. Let's get away from this little bit here. Let's wander down here, see what we can find.
I was talking to someone over there and he was on about all these pillars, how long it must have taken back in there, because all banks are the same as town hall there. Must have taken years just for to build them, and now they're all getting deserted.
In it, yeah. I'm hoping to find that statue of Fred Dibnah.
Oh, that's there.
Is it over there?
Yeah, that's just there from to McDonald's. Bank of Scotland, that got shut down a long time ago.
Yeah.
And some guy come up to me over there, he was asking for Royal Bank of Scotland. I said, there's not one round here anymore. He says, there is. I work there. So I says, what do you mean you work there? It's closed a long time ago. He says, no, they're sticking me in there for doing security now. So
look, this guy, I've just met this guy, he's going to show me where the statue of Fred Dibnah is, which is ace. So let's go have a little wander down here. So there we got him. Fred Dibnah, the statue there. Nice fella I met, just came and brought me to him. And all this steam stuff here as well, it's getting clean, so you can't really do anything with it. Fella here's got his head stuck in the machinery. Oh no, he's alright. But yeah, how cool, the statue of Fred Dibnah there. Yeah, and he surveyed and repaired loads of the chimneys around Bolton and ultimately demolished a lot of them as well. And a lot of people message me because they know I like chimneys and they say, oh, you're not gutted that Fred Dibnah destroyed a lot of them. But I think he was gutted as well. He always said he used to love it when he'd look out over Bolton and see hundreds of chimneys. And I think he just took them down because that was work and he was good at it. But yeah, he loved them as well. He didn't like the coming of the modern world. He said the modern world stinks. Yeah, and then on this bit here we got one shut down there, another boarded up shop there, across the road, there's one there. Another one here as well. There's that big bank that fella we're talking about, where he said the guy's working, but not in the bank, just as security. Another bookies there. Wilkinson's is closing down. Another bookies here in a big old building. What's your name?
I'm Sam.
Sam, nice to meet you, mate. Yeah. So I've met Sam, who's from Bolton. Basically, can you point me in the direction of any of the chimneys that remain?
Mossbank Park, Barrow Bridge way, but that's out of town. Inner town, there's not many left. No, there's hardly any really. Yeah, Barrow Bridge is your closest one.
Yeah. I just seen the statue of Dibnah.
Dibnah, yeah.
Which is pretty cool. Nice. Well, yeah, I'm just going to wander around really. So, look. I do think that the main bit, you know, that main pedestrianised bit, that's not too bad. I mean, nothing's shut down on there.
Yeah.
But I mean, there is a lot of like bookies.
Yeah, charity shops and stuff.
Charity shops, pawnbrokers. There seems to be a lot of them on there.
Middlebrooks and had an effect on Bolton, I think. The council are trying. I think like a lot of them are, but it's just getting it right, isn't it? Really. Yeah.
Another one here. Another boarded up one there. Massive summit boarded up there. Don't know what that is. So that guy I just got chatting to then, he actually said he watched my videos, which is pretty cool. But yeah, he said in the centre of town, there's no chimneys. You've got to get outside of town, really, to see them. So hopefully we'll find one, but let's keep wandering at the moment anyway. So Bolton as well is an example of the levelling up pantomime that's going on. I think it received, let me just get away from this noisy road. Yeah, so it did receive, I think it was about 20 million from the first round of levelling up, which was for the market, which I'll go explore. It was for the museum and the library and some other stuff. And then it had 2 failed bids. The government refused 2 bids, that was for about 40 million. They didn't get those. But then another one, and this is just hilarious. Well, it's not, it's pretty sad, but it just goes to show why high streets can end up looking like they do. But yeah, there was another bid, and I think it was for about 16, 17 million, and they didn't get that, not because it was refused, but because, and the council admitted this, there was an email mishap. And it turned out that what they'd actually done was, they just missed the deadline. They just hadn't got everything sorted by the deadline, so they missed out on being able to get the funding. And you wonder why the high streets look like they do. Look who's bloody running it. Look who's trying to sort it out. 16 million missed out on because you forgot to send an email on time. Councils. Beautiful looking pub this. Look at that. Get out of the sun. It says up there, in this ancient hostelry, James Stanley, 7th Earl of Derby, passed his last few hours of his life previous to his execution, 5th of October 1651. Wow, that is mega. Love that old pub. Cool history. One thing I read about Bolton and how it struggles with its high street, apparently it's got quite a confusing layout of where everything is. And I am finding that already. I have no idea where I am in the town. I don't know if I'm near the centre or near the outskirts bit, but yeah, another one there, closing down sale. But yeah, apparently it's got quite a confusing layout, not easily connected to everywhere on the streets. So let's try and wander back to where the shops were. A guy I met then as well, he just said, oh, come check out, we're doing this pub up, come have a look at that. So maybe it's down around here, we'll have a look. But honestly, pleasantly surprised so far. I feel like I've got a lot more to explore, so I'm sure I'll come across a lot more. But this is no way near as bad as a lot of places I've been to and seen. And also, the architecture's so stunning. That still looks like it's got life to it. It doesn't just look left everywhere. So far, so good. I know there's a lot of boarded up stuff and shut down stuff, but so far it still seems busy. Let's get to the market. Let's go have a look at the market. See what's going on there. Couple more shut there. I thought Primark had shut down, but apparently it's not. It's just you've got to access it from another way. Normally it's not good when you got this on the windows. Can we see anything? So I said all that about it not being too bad, and then I have just come across an area that is pretty bad. A big corner boarded up thing here. This probably would have been a pub or a bar. Yeah, you got your posters on the wall, probably for something. Whoa, shit. Then across the way there, something shut. So yeah, you got that entire row there, all closed. And then come in here, closed. Look at all these closed. Across the way as well. Closed. Boarded up. Shut. Another massive one there, shut. Another row there, all closed. Some of them might open later, but I don't know. And a pub, what do we reckon? Sound, so that pub there, I know all that stuff's closed, but it does say that pub's opening at 3. So that's good to know. And check this out, a chimney in the distance, look at that. Let's leave aside the bleak high streets for a minute and go and check out this chimney. It looks tall, very exciting, very glad I found one. So yeah, the comment was true, there's a lot of boarded up stuff and there are chimneys. Just on the way to see it though. Something else there. Boarded up, all boarded up. Ooh, look at them cool big cylinders. Wonder what they were for. But there we go, check this out. Look at that. Absolute beast of a chimney here. Wow, so cool. Mega that. Look at that, it's got some advertising on there as well. I'm not sure I like the advertising, but I do like the chimney. I wonder if that's the mill there that's been converted into something new next to it. I wonder what that chimney was for. Was it a cotton mill? Was it a paper mill? And over here, boarded up stuff. What's this? So that there, boarded up, but it says it's going to be turned into brand new luxury apartments. A one bed from 175,000 to 285,000 for a one bed. Great, affordable housing for us all. Another little chimney there as well, coming out the top of the mill, an old mill. That's that building. Small one there. So one thing I've noticed from a lot of the levelling up applications I've been reading and the invest in Bolton bids, one big thing they say is we're so close to Manchester. We're only a 12-minute drive from Manchester, a 12-minute train journey from Manchester. And that's sold as a kind of good thing, but ultimately what that also does is says, it's so easy to get to Manchester to do your shopping. It's so easy to get to the Trafford Centre to do your shopping. The Trafford Centre opened in 1998, and when that happened, the Trafford Centre knew how detrimental it would be to the surrounding shops and high streets, and so they paid the business rates of shops in a proximity around the Trafford Centre. I don't think as far as Bolton, but certainly in the surrounding areas, they paid the business rates because they knew how bad it was going to be. So yeah, you're only 12 minutes to Manchester, to the Trafford Centre, to shops. That's a church there, you can see to let under offer actually. Wonder what that'll be. So that closeness to another place, like saying, oh, Manchester's really close. It reminds me of once when I went to Lanzarote. So we were in Lanzarote and there wasn't that much to do. So we checked out what are the top things to do in Lanzarote. And one of them was get a boat trip over to, I think it was Tenerife or one of the other islands. The top thing was get a boat trip here. So we thought, oh, that sounds ace, let's do that. So we got a boat over and we went, right, what can you do here? What's the number one thing to do here? Number one thing, get a boat to Lanzarote, which went back. Okay, so we're coming back into the centre now. See if we can find the market, see if we can find the library and the museums. Big old building here, boarded up. Lovely building though, look at that. Another one here, boarded up. And that one there. In fact, this entire row really, everything's boarded up, that one there as well. Look at this building here though. Check out that. I think that's the town hall. That is mega. I actually feel like I've been here before. That bit about Bolton's confusing layout is true. I feel like I have been here before, but a thing with a big fence around Central Street is being delivered by Bolton Council. And unlike Stoke, where there's a big fence with an out going on, it does look like stuff's going on there, which is good to see. So I found the market, and one thing I read online about the market, it did say that though there's a lot of investment, there's a lot of empty units still. So let's get into the market and have a look around, see what it's like in the market. This is not what I was expecting at all from the market. I was thinking it'd be like a marketplace with useful stuff, but no, you've got the cinema up there. You got your cinema. Oh no, up there, Vape-wise there. You got a Prezzo down there. Clark's over there. This is like a mini, what do you call it in Manchester? The Arndale Centre. Feels like the Arndale Centre. Not what I was expecting at all. Yeah, the only thing that would interest me slightly in here is the Bolton Model Railway Society. And that's closed. Got H&M, geez, this is not what I was expecting. Maybe this is where all the money's gone. Maybe this is what that £20 million did. If you know, let me know. When did this market become like this? Look at all these pictures here of old Bolton. The streets, the market. Look at that. Maybe I was just expecting it to look like that. Wow.
Or anything in particular?
Oh, just YouTube.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Just visiting the town. Wow, this is stunning here, isn't it?
Well, it is. It's a church, a Methodist church.
Yeah.
And the concert hall.
Wow. Oh, I bet concerts in here are amazing.
We've got one on Saturday. It's a candlelight one.
Whoa.
With music from Coldplay.
When was this built, you know?
1900.
1900 this was built. That's amazing. Yeah, that was so cool in there. Just stumbled in. I saw something on the side and the woman said, oh, I'll show you around the theatre in there, the auditorium. It's absolutely amazing. She said she's got a gig on at the weekend with Coldplay, music from Coldplay. Wow. I got chatting to a couple as well in there and I said, that market across the way, what's happened there? Has that been done up? And they went, yeah, it's been done up recently. They said, you should have seen what it used to be like. And they just said, they've ruined it. It's funny, isn't it? People think this is what you want in a town. I was watching this sick documentary the other day about Pompeii and about how when Pompeii was rediscovered and they're sort of like clearing away all the volcanic ash, they came across this long stretch and they couldn't work out what this big long stretch was. And it turned out that it was a high street, and they took away all this volcanic ash and they discovered a high street which had shops on the side. It had like food shops, it had like places to like spas and stuff. It was amazing. Going back to the Roman times, the high street was so important to societies. Really good watch. Dan Snow on Pompeii. I knew nothing about it really, it was mega. So the average salary in Bolton is £28,000 a year, which is lower, quite a bit lower than the national average, which is £36,000. So that obviously plays into the economy as well. And what happens? Another shutdown thing here. M&S, this store is now closed. Thank you to all our Bolton colleagues and customers. So this place is called Crompton Place. Right. Empty unit there, empty unit there. Another empty one there. Another one there, closed. Another one there, closed. This feels just like what they've done in the market. They've created a new one of these, but then this place has just so many units left shut. Another one. Pound Empire, gone. That's so weird in there. Literally the majority of the units left empty. I wonder if that's what I was reading about when I thought I was talking about the market. But yeah, similar sort of premise. You kind of got like a little Arndale thing, but they've just done that with the market as well. And then that now has loads of empty units. Strange. I'm getting confused now. I can't tell if I've been down there before. All right, we're back in that big square now. Okay, I don't know where else there is to walk, really. Here we go. Art gallery, library and museum. Let's go have a look. So I've just been into the museum then. I said, have you got any stuff about the old mill chimneys? The guy said, what old mill chimneys? I was like, the mill chimneys that built this town. I said, Fred Dibnah, anything on that? He went, oh no, I've got nothing on that in here. How bizarre. The museum in the centre of Bolton has nothing on the history of Bolton, the amazing history, the amazing industrial history. Nothing on Fred Dibnah. That is, I'm gutted. I was really hoping I'd come across some stuff there. What a shame. Another Bolton market, maybe this one's more to my taste. Let's go have a look. That's better, look at that. The Cosy Cafe. We don't need Prezzo, we need the Cosy Cafe, that's much better. This is what you want from a market, useful stuff. The pet stuff. Quick Guinness stop, because I'm getting knackered. £4 for that in the market, banging. Just next to that one I've been in for the Guinness as well. Welcome to the Northwest's finest food market. Let's check this place out. Oh, your pots and pans there. Freeze factory. Look at that. Your halal butchers. Wet and wild seafood. This is what I'm talking about. This is a market. This is what we want. Not that place I was in before, earlier on. This is a good market. That's what I'm talking about. A bustling, busy market, a food market. Give people what they actually need and they use it. It's as simple as that. That place in there had everything you could need. Go in there, get absolutely anything. Your meats, your crockery, your pots and your pans, your fridge, your Asian noodles, all in there. That was class. And a pint of Guinness for £4. I'm sold. I wonder if the world's divided into two sets of people. People that prefer that kind of market, the one I've just been in there with the cheap Guinness, or people that prefer the other one with the prezzo. And what else was in there? The vape store and the cinema. There we go, the division bell rings. Which side are you on? Over there, a pub. There's a pub over there. The Gypsies tent. Just seen online that's permanently closed. Got a goal post box here. So this was for Jason Kenny, who won gold medal in London 2012 cycling track. How cool. Gold post box. So this thing here, this pub here, Swales, J Swales, with the Prince William Hotel. I think this is where the guy said he's doing it up and I should come have a chat. Let's go and see.
Yeah, we took the lease over here in end of June, beginning of July, reopening in November. The place has always been known as Prince Bill's, so we're calling it Prince Billy's with just a new spin on it, but a nod to the past. Everyone's welcome really, dog friendly, kids friendly, everything. Yeah, so Swales is here.
Yeah.
Was a Manchester-based brewery, but he actually went out of business in 1968, and then Whitbread took over all their pubs. This signage is the original signs from the early 1900s. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So we've kept that. We found that. We didn't know that was underneath.
Yeah.
So we found that. Well, you see where it's known as the Prince William Hotel. Everyone knows it's Prince Bill's.
Right. Yeah.
But we wanted to move on from Prince Bill's, so Prince Billy's.
Yeah. I
was
like
the
it.
ideal thing. And straight away, you know, with Prince Billy's.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
I mean? So,
oh no, it's buzzing, mate.
yeah.
It's great. So that was Ace then, meeting that guy. I bumped into him before when I had my camera out and he said, oh, come back and have a chat. So I just went back, chatted to that guy there who's opening the Prince Billy's. So it used to be called the Prince William. And he said that original sign work up there, they uncovered that. So yeah, that's opening soon. So that's ace to see that happening. Life coming back to that pub which has been left empty for a bit. I absolutely love that. And I honestly feel like walking around this town, there is a lot going on. It's strange, it's not like other places I've been to. There's a lot of boarded up stuff for sure, but I don't think this place is beyond repair at all. I think this place, it's too nice. The architecture's great. There seems like there's loads going on. The energy seems really good here. So I think there's good things coming to Bolton. This is good. It's a lot more positive than I thought it would have been. Sure, there's a lot of boarded up stuff, but there's a lot of great stuff going on as well. And I've just seen this as well. The Wetherspoons here. Look what it's called. The Spinning Mule. Named after the bit of kit that Samuel Crompton invented in 1779. I like that. History on show. That's good. So I was just driving out of Bolton, ready to go home, and then in the distance I see a chimney, and it is a big one. Look at this. This one is absolutely huge. So it'd be rude not to go explore it. Come on, let's go have a look at this massive chimney on the outskirts of Bolton. Wow. The base of it is so thick. This might be one of the biggest chimneys I've ever seen. Jeez. Wow. Look at the size of this thing. Just look at that. Oh my God. You can't even see the top. This is an absolute monster of a chimney. Look at this. Look at the size of just one of the walls. Oh my word. I can't even see the top of it still. You can just see the top through the trees up there. So I've just found online, this is Barrow Bridge chimney and was part of the old Halliwell bleach works. And it's 80 metres tall, wow. It's got that ladder on the side there as well. You can imagine Fred Dibnah climbing up that. No way, I've just found out this as well. At age 17, Fred Dibnah climbed the 262-foot chimney at Barrow Bridge for a 10-shilling bet. During the night, he took 2 Union flags to the top and secured each to the lightning conductors there. No way. Wow, and he has since maintained the chimney, carrying out significant repairs on it in 1996. So Fred Dibnah has literally climbed this chimney. That is amazing. Cheers for watching. As always, let me know what your high street looks like. And also, if you know of any old industrial stuff, doesn't have to be chimneys, just remnants of another time. If you know of anything around the UK, do let me know. I'd love to come check them out. This one's for Fred Dibnah, you industrial legend.